5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! The Hogwarts Express. Yo, look how good it looks. Oh yeah, I forgot they're gonna be like a day and night and change of seasons.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Hogwarts Legacy gameplay stream. I'm Chandler Wood, community manager here at Avalanche Software, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff to show you today. But before we get into showing you the game and gameplay, I have a few wonderful guests that I need to introduce you to.
Looks sweet.
First up, we have our community guest host. He brings you the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. He's the local Merlin conspiracy theorist.
Guilty as charged, yes.
One half of Expecto Go, James Whitehead.
Hey, what up,
yes,
James?
I'm James Whitehead of Expecto Go, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. And I am one half of Expecto Go, the better half, my wife Sue. Represents that other half. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you, Avalanche Software, for inviting me. I cannot wait to go over this gameplay. I just got to say that.
Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Look, they have the book on the table.
People from the studio, just two of the many people bringing
and
this
it's
thing
floating
together,
around.
The magic of Hogwarts Legacy. Game director Alan Tu.
Hello, everyone.
And senior
Hello,
Alan. And Hogwarts expert Boston Madsen.
Hello, Boston.
Thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedules right now to sit down with us to help us show everybody gameplay. So what we're going to be showing you today, first, the character creator, because it's your legacy, and you have to create yourself when you get into to get into Hogwarts and bring your whole authentic self to Hogwarts. So we're going to show you that character creator. Then we're going to dive into a tour of Hogwarts, and it's just a small tour of Hogwarts, right? Because Hogwarts is huge. Hogwarts is really big. So we're going to be showing you a little bit, but it's still a lot. So, and finally, ending up with combat. A little taste of combat, a little taste of how
Okay, so they're gonna give like an overall, like a nice look into the game.
Again, first and foremost, we need to get into this character creator. And James, with you here, we wanted to let you create this character. So Andrew, who is going to be doing all of our gameplay capture today.
Yo, is he playing right now? Oh no, Andrew.
Handing you the controller.
Andrew's playing.
Oh my gosh. All right, I won't break it.
First gameplay right here.
All right, so what are we looking at right here on this screen?
These are your presets. So a lot like other games, there's some initial settings that you can choose for your character that just kind of get them into like the ballpark of what you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to change.
Oh man!
And then once you're in that ballpark, all the other tabs let
you.
Okay,
I'm liking it so far. All right, I'm liking it so far.
This is to make sure
they actually have
fantasize about bringing themselves to the school.
They actually have different skin toned characters that aren't like super default
or whatever character they want to bring to Hogwarts.
Oh my God, and options galore. Do you mind if I try to put myself in here right quick?
It's all about you
today. Okay. All right. So, okay, yeah, that's me. We're here. That's me right there. All right, so that's step one.
We're pretty close, but let's look at everything here.
You know,
play around with some of these options, like really.
Yo, he's about to pick it and keep moving.
This option over here with the tab, I see face stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of the different faces that you saw in the previous screen, all those faces are choices that you have here. So you can, now you're just kind of getting into the details in your face shape, in your skin color. And then because we knew a lot of people going right in are going to want it right away. Even though it's an option later in the game, you can collect different types of glasses, put them on later. We give you some options right up front if you want to have glasses for your character.
Oh, I'm looking now. They have the Harry Potter glasses.
With this
Someone's gonna make that
you guys
character look
thought
just
of-
like Harry Potter.
Crazy. I like that. I don't think my face is that skinny, but I think we'll go with that. I think we'll go that route. And down here is this.
Those are your glasses
This
there.
gla-
Yeah.
Oh, so we started. We could go Harry Potter if we want.
Yeah.
Oh man, and this is just some of the options, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so through the course of the game, there's a lot.
I kinda
there's a lot
like
of different,
those.
options that you'll keep unlocking.
Okay.
I like
So
those
as part of
glasses.
kind of like gear for the character. There's lots of different classes. There's even masks. There's all kinds of things over the course of the game.
I like how it's all Victorian era, though.
Yeah,
Like,
right
it's
up front.
very
Such a good
authentic.
call. Such a good call. Oh my gosh. All right, so now. Oh,
Okay, now we're
oh,
going
we
into
can go
hair.
Fleek on this one with the hair.
I spend a lot of time here just like dreaming about my different characters. And what
Oh
they're gonna
my
be like.
gosh, the pony.
Yo, they have
The
cornrow.
thing I'm always amazed by whenever I see any aspects of Hogwarts Legacy's character
Oh,
creation
this game
just
is great.
the texture. And like you even adding the bounce with the hair moving around. Yo, that kind of looks like Hermione a little bit.
It looks like a
I'm not even
an
gonna just
MMO.
I'm not afraid. And we can just go. Can I go like
Type
Tonks,
of character
purple, green a little bit?
character creator.
Yo, this is so cool. Oh, I like that. That is cute. Oh, okay, so little behind the scenes. I used to have this type of hair like way back, but
was it purple?
I wanted silver
Yo.
tips, so that
I
was
love
the
it.
closest
I
got
love
to
it.
it.
They're
But-
adding a bunch
Oh
of different
my
hairstyles.
gosh,
They're
this
adding
is
things
so
that
cool.
you would
So
see
literally
in
can bring
every
yourself,
day.
Like it's a myriad
Like, look at that.
of textures and different hairstyles here. All right, so now we're getting over here to play around with some of the.
These are more subtle options. We've
Okay.
got freckles, moles.
Not the
different
purple
things like,
dreads,
when it comes to
right.
your complexion, like darker eyes,
Mhm,
maybe like
mhm.
some shading on the cheeks.
Oh man, you guys literally thought of everything.
Yo, I really do like that. I like the
Yeah,
fact
they're
that
fun
they
stuff. And then
allowed
the
you
scarves
to
are one of those options. where
essentially make yourself, like they said.
Harry had his own unique
Yeah.
scar, but you can come in with different
Yours.
scar options.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I don't know about putting a scar
Look at
on.
that. I didn't even see that.
I may put that one
Those are my
on.
favorite. The eyebrow scars.
Yeah,
Just because I have a scar right
Yeah,
here.
You look kind
It's
of
a
like,
classic.
yeah, you look kind of just like tough. But
Look, God of War
So now we're
scar.
over here. Oh man, you guys, this is so sick.
Again,
Yeah,
getting
okay.
more
So
subtle
they
here,
put a
you know,
lot of
really, like,
details
dialing
into
in
the
that
character
face
creator.
to really
Not many
get
not many games do that.
more-
I don't know how revealing I want to be with my facial features now. Just like, yeah, I kind of have a big face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of sit kind of low. But I mean, literally, you have so many options just starting the game. I feel like I'm going to be here like forever.
You and me both.
And then this final tab here, this is where you kind of bring your whole character together. You know, this is where you finalize everything. You're not choosing your house here.
Okay.
That's not yet.
That was a theory.
But you know, here's where you bring you choose voice 1 or voice 2, which is more kind of a masculine or a feminine voice, and then even within that, changing your pitch,
Oh, with
the pitch slider.
It's a subtle slider, but
Yeah.
but you can hear it,
Concerned about. That was quite something.
and so you can kind of make out.
That
the
was
differences.
quite
But yeah,
something.
You choose which kind of voice that you
Very well
want.
be able to help.
You'll be selecting your difficulty here.
I
For
may
today, we'll just
be
go through
all the way
mask.
to the right.
Andrew's going to be taking us through some of the experiences with combat later.
And we can talk a little more about difficulty, yeah, with combat and how that plays in.
That is a
But I
big
think
question.
the important thing here is like if for people who aren't gamers,
Nah, we're gonna do
especially, story
normal.
mode is a way to get into this without
Probably
being
hard.
worried
I
about
don't
like,
know.
oh, do I need to be good at
What are you
games?
guys gonna
Not just
do?
enjoy
Normal
this
or
game.
hard?
And I would put expecto
Or
and then go.
Easier story.
We're good. We're good. Awesome.
And then whether you want to be witch or wizard.
Amazing.
What'd you think, character creator? We're good.
I'm good.
Hey, that character creator was cool.
All right. Through the magic of using a dev kit, we're going to be loading up a save a little later in so that we can show you more about Hogwarts and give you that taste of combat. All right, Andrew's got some gameplay pulled up for us here. We are starting out, James. There
Oh,
you
look
are. You're
at
wearing the House
the,
Fanatic
the
robes
UI.
from the account linking.
Thank you. I do look good. And this is our first look at the Hufflepuff common room, I'm assuming. I mean, dorm
Oh,
room.
the account
Yeah,
linking.
Yeah.
Look
This
at
is
all his
awesome.
robes.
But Alan, what are we?
So he's a
seeing right
Hufflepuff.
here with the UI, because this is our first look.
Yeah. So right now we know there's been a lot of questions about
Look at the owl.
HUD
Owl. That
because
looks
this is
cool.
the first time we're showing it. So kind of going over it from right to left, on the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond. So those are, everything that you see in it are slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn over the course of the game.
Okay. 20?
And that's where
Wonder if they're gonna
player
add
can
more,
place
too.
them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of that is, you'll see the D-pad, and on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of, not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts, or that we just want on the controller at all times. And Revelio is one of those. That's left on the D-pad. On the right on the D-pad is that grid represents where you might slot spells. And so right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because we feel like there's a lot of spoilers there. You know, like what are all the spells and what can we do?
I would like spoilers, but I understand.
But we do want to make sure there's still some goodies left to share with everyone.
Look at the picture.
On the left side, that thing that has the L1 button next to it, that's another thing where we don't want to spoil, but basically that's where you access your tool wheel. So there's a lot of magical tools that you're going to be kind of
eating the apple,
growing over the course of the game. And so that's where you would access them rapidly, is our tool wheel.
Okay, cool.
There are a few things that I left off the table on the right. The green bar is your health, and basically there's a potion next to it. That's how you might heal. The bar above it, we're keeping a secret for now. I apologize. And all the way on the left is our mini map with a kind of overhead view of where you are currently in your common room that updates as you travel through Hogwarts.
This is probably like a rage menu or a rage thing.
Fans out there that aren't a huge fan of
or like a power boost.
There's also options to remove the mini map and turn on or off different elements of our HUD.
But really immerse yourself. And
we'll go more into the spells as we get into combat, but that's kind of that's what you're seeing there. And this is our HUD.
Also, Andrew's giving us a good look over here. I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the dormitories. Very nice bedside tables.
They are nice bedside tables.
Yeah.
The honey-colored wood was mentioned in the writing. It's part of lore.
It's part of lore. There we go. All right.
So now we're walking out into.
We really tried making these low-ceilinged dorms to give you that Badger set sort of feel.
And the first thing I know is the music. The score is amazing with this.
Gorgeous.
And I'm calling out
like,
here.
Look at the scenery.
This is unique music
this looks
that you're
nice.
hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released. You'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
Oh wait, what is that? Is that like a bounty?
We just want to welcome you to your common room in every single house, just a little bit differently. So you can customize that experience right away.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at that.
So I mean, beautiful design. We could spend like the entire rest of the stream just in the common room here and talking about it, and I'm sure Boston and James could be like just geeking out over it.
All the details come from J.K. Rowling's writings for this common room. The round doors, the hanging vines, even the dancing badgers on the fireplace.
It's got a real earthy vibe.
Yeah.
It's very, very earthy.
Which is like elements.
Yo, this looks sweet.
Earth, Ravenclaw's air, Gryffindor's
I'm
fire,
excited to like look at the different common rooms.
We really leaned into that for each common room.
Wow.
So it feels earthy. We've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we were. Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But I know you don't want to leave, but we're gonna be leaving.
Thank you. I understand.
Yeah, I'm assuming that was the like automatic save down there.
Like looking back at the past trailers, it was just music, but kind of hearing how Hogwarts is now, it's so cool.
It's tactile.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to make use of one of our spells, Revelio.
Use Revelio right here because there's a little magic going on.
You notice a little something there. Yeah. So these are something that we kind of interchangeably call Revelio pages or lore pages. And you'll notice a bunch of things pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
You see that we got some XP for it. And you can also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge up in the corner. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So we had to ask ourselves, what?
I don't know if you guys saw that. There was another one right next to that picture.
But in our game, we had to answer the question, we're a late fifth year. What does that mean? How do we catch up to the other students?
Okay.
And so we have an answer to that question, and it's given to you by the staff. So there's something that we call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game. And the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students. So Andrew, if you hit pause for me up here, before we push forward a little bit. You can see in our pause menu, it's got this book theme.
Wow.
That's your
Oh,
field
that
guide,
looks
and you can see
sweet.
your house kind of
Right
crest
in the middle,
overlaid
yeah.
over it.
Okay,
Right? And you
okay.
can see that on your level as well. So that the field guide has this magical property of looking out into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors
So
have
cool.
granted it to you as a late 5th year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids. And its magical property is to discover different opportunities to learn and grow all around you. So the way it works is, as you discover gameplay in the game, it actually recognizes that as a challenge, which is kind of
On the bottom.
locked into there.
Okay.
And Andrew, if you go in there, you'll see different types of challenges that are combat challenges,
Yo, the
quest
book.
challenges,
Wow.
exploration
That
challenges.
looks sweet.
And you can see field guide pages are on there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
1%. We unlocked that one field guide page.
That entire category is one of the ways that the book itself kind of fills out into the school. It spills
Combat,
out into the
quest,
school, and
exploration,
kind of
field
hides itself
guide.
with different types of challenges and different things to do around the school that you're
That is
actually going
so
to
cool.
interact with to help you grow as a wizard and practice your spells. And so that thing that we just saw is not just a field guide challenge and a way to earn
Yeah.
XP. It's also something that that players can use to learn about the school as they're traveling around. They spot these little secret facts, and they can kind of play a little bit of a game discovering all of them. And there are over 100 field guide pages just in Hogwarts alone. So.
Little glimpse of the grand
Yo.
staircase here. We're not gonna.
Circular.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh,
massive.
all the portraits.
Grand
And I
staircase,
did
floor
notice the
floor flame. Oh, flue flame. Wow, flue flame.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fast travel points there. House hourglasses. We had to. How much fun was it designing those and putting all
Oh,
those
they're
in there?
gorgeous, but
But
that they're there just like in the books.
Yes.
Right
It's
next
a
to
nod
the
to
Great
lore.
Hall.
it's a nod to
Yeah.
lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the
Yeah,
game. It is
we didn't turn it
narratively.
into like a gameplay system, but it's definitely present throughout our narrative. And there are lots of choices where we want to nod to things that aren't,
should add
aren't
like an
necessarily
event.
gameplay systems, but,
Yeah.
but we nod to them as part of the narrative.
Over to the right
Part of the
there,
Wizarding
Andrew
World.
was teasing. That's the Great
Great
Hall
Hall.
over
Yeah.
through those doors. Again, we're not going there. He's just kind of like, no.
Cool, cool.
Here's another
What's
collectible
that?
page. You know, just again showing you like just these things around Hogwarts that you can
Yo,
do and pick up.
that was cool.
That's a shot straight from the trailer too. Just that part right there.
Harry Potter,
I
right? Yeah,
recognize
it's
that.
like a. Well, I
Giving you
guess
little
it's like
fan service
before
here
Harry
with,
Potter.
with callbacks to those. So
And this must be summertime because I noticed these are the summertime windows. These windows will change with the seasons.
Yeah, the detail they put into this is kind of it. I get surprised by it all the time.
That's
didn't
a
even know that was a
sentient
thing.
magic castle. So.
Oh man. And we're going out. Look at that.
This is where the students would normally kind of congregate, just to kind of chill out, play, meet each other outside of the Great Hall before and after meals.
And I love the way that when the castle interconnects
look at the castle.
that it interconnects outside, inside. There are pathways on both sides of things, so you really get a sense of scope
Yeah.
to how big this castle is.
And when you see things like you'll notice a bridge over there.
I don't know if you guys noticed, there was like no loading on that.
Is a place that you can visit.
So that means
Wow.
everything is
We
kind of
tried
like
so- We
combined.
put a lot of effort in making it feel really alive, not just with student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland.
Yeah.
And this castle's been here for hundreds of years, so it just kind of the moss and all the trees that have overgrown it, and
Gosh.
that landscape, that
This
Scottish.
location might look a little familiar to you.
I thought I recognized it. I believe this is from the Spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us right back to
I am
that.
going to tell Andrew not to interact with that puzzle and to keep moving on.
No.
We can't
Yo,
spoil
Andrew-
everything.
Andrew
Can't
wants
give
to
you
play.
everything, right?
Hogwarts
So-
contains a lot of secrets.
Yo, I'm so excited to like open up like
But this
all the
is,
different things.
This grand entryway right here coming down into
Wait, pan back.
a
Yeah, there we
kinda
go.
central area.
Yeah, we're coming upon the central hall, and we pointed out the greenhouse outside, and we'll notice when we get down there that it's on the right.
This is a big hub of the school. Like it's a big castle, but it is designed so you shouldn't get very lost. This is kind of a grand central station.
I love that. I love
Each
that.
direction, it's green over there, so the greenhouse is over there. Transfiguration courtyard, the library straight ahead. So it's kind of a a
Oh wait,
hub
is that a
on, like,
companion
lot
you
of
can talk to?
Even the
I don't know if you
color
guys saw that
visually, you can just
in the
tell, okay,
corner.
green.
If you didn't, go back.
Oh
But
my
in the
God.
corner, there was like a little
Actually,
medallion over top of one of the
it'll help
characters.
you really learn the castle and feel like you know your way around.
That's not to say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost in it,
It
on a
is a
daily
castle.
basis. It's a castle.
Great point.
I love that Andrew's definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing he's swinging the camera this way and that.
Yes.
He's got this grin on his face over there that's just like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm
from the reveal trailer. There's that dragon. Oh my God.
This is another
What is
location
this?
where the students will gather, you know, and just kind of chill out.
Okay, so this
And an
has to be a
opportunity
companion,
to,
right?
Talk to somebody, get a
Yeah.
quest giver here.
Oh, okay. Just a quest.
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Moll, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
It's a trap.
So those
Don't
kind
do
of
it.
Side quests are really, it's a cool way to interact with your fellow students, with perhaps other teachers, with, you know, various things like that, as well as teach you some more of the secrets of Hogwarts, I think. There's a little bit of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the students are a way to kind of like flesh out the school opportunities around it, what we can do, and then those interactions, different interactions with different characters can also offer different choice points for the player, and then some of those things can affect things game wide. Some of these affect characters' lives, the ending of the game.
And sometimes it's just about you being a little bit of a nice guy or just being a jerk.
Yes, absolutely. So the scale really varies, but those opportunities exist for the player.
Wow, look at this.
So I assume those symbols
Dada,
are quest
Defense Against
givers.
the dark arts.
Power.
Which this is one of my favorite locations in the castle. Just visually, you come in here and just the richness of this area.
Very iconic, very unique to anywhere else in the castle.
Somebody else that we can talk to, notably a younger student.
Yeah, she looks like a first year or an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports.
Check the jacket
Leander
though.
Pruitt's one of the worst. That no-talent moon
Ravenclaw.
mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Well, that's why people don't like you.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented fifth year to help me.
Sounds like bait.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I love that interaction with her because there's so many ways that you can go with that. You can you can feel for her, you can be a jerk to her, you can be like, Gobstone sounds awful. It sounds like you're just mean.
Yeah, and your opportunities to be mean there aren't over. So,
they continue.
That's a good example of the
Gobstones too. I know people are gonna ask. Gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Gobstones is one of the things that is not playable in the game. I know we've had to rip the Band-Aid off on a few things. Honestly, it's an amazing thing on the franchise how many things about this like speak to us as fans and that we want to turn into gameplay. And there were calls that we had to make.
I mean, you could have definitely just added it, you know.
Will and won't include in the bucket.
Gobstones,
just kind of for the overall
Wizard's Chess.
Those are things that aren't featured.
Yeah. They're featured within the world. Right?
I'm glad they're mentioned. They're a part of the wizarding world.
Yeah. Every single time there was something that we regretted because we couldn't include it. We also tried to figure out a way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, make sure that there's a way to kind of like acknowledge it, touch it, you know, and make it feel like it's definitely part of the world.
And I know here too, we're like,
I was like, we're in the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. I recognize that staircase to the left where we were just at. Andrew was walking.
Oh, we in the Dark Arts room.
I also recognize the dragon at the very top. Oh my gosh.
Being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about
we're
how classes
definitely in the Dark Arts
We've
room.
gotten a lot of questions about that. Is it a schedule-based system? Is it so tell us how classes work?
Yeah, so ultimately decided not to go the sim route. So I think like one of the speculations was, is there time of day and you know, that kind of thing. Like, can I miss class at this time of day?
There is a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but everything is very narrative-based, and so there's a big mystery going on in the world. There's something happening in the narrative, and we essentially see it as kind of like chapters in that narrative. Each chapter of which has a set of missions that you can choose between as you're progressing through the game, and classes fit within that structure. So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. It's absolutely true that classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities outside of that through kind of like side classroom missions, essentially, where you can learn additional spells or things that you need in your adventure and also get to know the professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world. And, you know, maybe down there he's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high, you know.
High society.
High society.
I just no wonder you like this area because we built it for like the purebloods and the Slytherins.
Oh, come on.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication that's happening and the footsteps, like,
look at the wizards flying on the brooms.
Like that. Brooms going
I
by
just saw a broom
overhead.
go by. Love that.
Yo, this game is gonna
was
be
one example, but no two hallways should
crazy.
look the same. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's mostly to help orient the player, help you not get lost. But this is Hesperus Hall. That's a little nod from the Marauders, a name that came from the Marauders map. But every hallway will have a little bit of a different personality and
personality. I like that because it does like Hogwarts has character. Hogwarts is its own character no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Feels just a little bit different.
Oh, wait, what was that?
Magic for hundreds of years. It's going to kind of
And
grow and develop.
Maybe that was one of
I
those
heard
keys.
something.
Yeah. Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic, Mr. Magic himself.
Oh, that's the guy that has like the shop, right?
You know, we talked about building on lore too. I know there's that statue over to the side. That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky,
Yeah,
and he's got his Bowtruckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another Revelio page there.
Yeah, there's a map of Argyllshire. We know the fat lady hides there.
Hides behind it. That's right.
The third book. But sometimes a hallway has personality by how it looks, or we just passed a music hallway where the portraits have kind of taken it over, and so the sound makes it really unique.
All right, I gotta call this out here. I know there's been some criticism in the past that our trailers and our gameplay and what we've shown so far has not had enough owls. Okay, So here we are at the Owlry. We're looking directly at the Owlry to show you all of the owls.
All the owls just flying
There's a lot
around.
of owls at the Owlry.
I love the
owls.
fog rolling down that.
Great.
I think you get to pick your owl, right?
No, I also love that.
I think
as
I did it in
one of my favorite
the
things about
one of those
just kind of going
videos
around on the
in
outside of
the
school is
I
that
Was
all those
Chosen
things that I
video.
see are places that I can go to, that I can visit. I just love that sensation, knowing
so
that that is
cool.
real.
That lovely Scottish countryside.
We're kind of closing out our mini tour of Hogwarts, and again, it was but a fraction of this.
Yeah, I was about to say
enormous
that's not
castle,
even like a third.
But we're closing it out here in
of
the Clock Tower.
Hogwarts.
So another recognizable location, but this is where Crossed Wands, which is the secret, not so secret dueling club is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever. And it's run by this Lucan Brattleby here.
Who's in a younger year, but we kind of like that that he's running things.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
All right, so I assume we're about to move on to combat.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
And this is a really good opportunity to now jump into combat, because really in the game, this is going to be the first time where you yourself get to learn about combat and combos in a big way and in a new way. For me personally, this was where the game like really starts to open up to the possibilities.
Yeah. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There's certain spells what the wizards kind of like use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot. But that R2 is also your gateway to all of the
Let's say you must be able to hold it.
So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how the diamond expands. And if we let go, you see how it contracts.
Yeah.
And so if you hold it again, it expands. And so when it expands, then all the spells that you slotted while you're holding that button can now be tapped with your face buttons.
Awesome.
And not only that, but over the course of the game, you can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can slot up to 16 spells pretty much instantly. And then that
that's
helps
cool.
us, fulfill the fantasy of in combat, I need to be able to access things very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding of another feature of the wheel, which is their cooldowns. So as you're casting spells, just to make sure that you're not just kind of like repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again, you can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel. And then as you progress through the game, there are different things that can affect things like cooldowns through your talents, different things that allow you to kind of like juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them, and that's how you access all those.
Okay.
We're about to get some action over here.
Yeah. So this is a great way to kind of learn how to pull things together,
So you
pull those
Leviosa
combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
Yo, like, look at.
And that's just against the dummy, but I mean.
Oh, this.
I'd say that's enough practice.
I'm about to like.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's
Can this please
weaknesses
come out
during
like
practice
tomorrow?
than during a
Please.
duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I think now we can take on something a little more challenging. It's going to shoot back.
Now let's talk about some more features of the combat system.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of Crossed Wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match
Oh
lined
wait,
up.
is he about to fight somebody?
Ready
Fight
for
another
another
wizard?
round?
A witch?
We're on a PS5 dev kit here, so we're going to be able to kind of pause
I'm
the
ready.
pause the action
Yeah.
and talk about what you're seeing on the screen, because there's about to be a lot going on.
Okay.
All right, here you can select if you want to fight with somebody else, some of
One
your
of the other
classmates.
students.
But in this case, we're not. We want that action to feel a little more frantic towards you to really get you that sense of combat.
So
Yo.
apparently you've got quite the reputation because they've got you
All
up
right.
against 3 people.
3, yeah.
Apologies.
Off the jump.
So I can explain this just because I know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in. You're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do too. And we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around the different characters.
Yo.
And you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we kind of put them into brackets. So there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are I'm forgetting the other one, all this control spells.
Yeah,
so
I told y'all that's like a rage
they
thing.
wind up also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields that enemies can use. That way it rewards kind of like that close attention that you're paying on things.
We've got this paused here now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the halo around the avatar's head, each of the different shields, to kind of give us a breakdown of what's going on.
Give us a breakdown of different things that you're saying. So you notice at the top that we're kind of like calling out which enemy you currently have targeted and their level and health. And so, as you target different characters, you'll be able to get that breakdown. The halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming. If you see the halo, it means there's an incoming attack, and if you tap the triangle button by default, then that you'll be able to deflect that attack that comes in and off with Protego.
And I love that. Deflect
So we're adding in a deflection mechanic.
But also, if you hold the button, then it doesn't just deflect. It also deflects and turns around with a counter attack stupefy that actually stuns the enemy. And you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character, and you're doing your thing, and someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that
the combat.
Back into gameplay here. Andrew's gonna.
And just look how fluid it looks. This is on PlayStation 5, so I can only imagine on PC.
Win this duel.
How fast it is. It's like a dance.
Yeah, we really felt like in the movies, there's almost like a. It's kind of like a. There's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great distance.
That's a good call.
And there are a lot of things that we had to do with our controls and combat system in order to kind of capitalize on that idea that's pretty unique to the Wizarding world.
Understandable.
Yes. Well, perhaps you should try that next time. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning.
Wonder if there's like a little tournament or ranking system.
I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
And that is more or less going to wrap it up for us for now, for what we wanted to show you. Character creator.
Oh, come on. No, that can't be it.
But we
that can't be it.
Well, maybe a little taste of something that we may show in the future, may show next time.
Mounts.
So leaving the castle, going out here.
More owls confirmed.
Owl mail. There's the owlry again. Yes, all of the owls. But yeah, just heading out here again to show you like from Hogwarts to the world beyond Hogwarts. And this is not somewhere where we're going today.
Yo.
But we will definitely be taking
Look
you
at
in the future.
this. Look at that.
Glimpse at the scale of the castle back there. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that you've seen. But I think, James, you may have a few other questions here at the end of things. So while we're done with what we're showing on the gameplay side, I know there's a few things that you want to pick Alan and Boston's brains about.
I would love that, because there's a lot. All right, so
Yo, my man pulled out his phone.
We did pull from the community secretly, but I did pull for the community. So,
and also from, going through this, I feel like you've come up with some things you want to talk a little more about. I'm sure.
Elaborate on, because we went through character customization, Hogwarts itself, and even combat. So, this would be like for the both of you guys. Will we be able to go back and change our character creation if we don't like it?
So not everything, but there are certain things with hairstyle, hair color, so kind of like core shapes, you know, like with the body and face, not after the fact. But there are lots of things. There's kind of like a barber shop in Hogsmeade that you can go to, and
Of course,
inside
there's a wizard barber.
you can customize,
You could change your hair color for holidays or something, right?
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
The game features a lot of appearance customization in it, so there's a ton of options there. But
he's like
in
living
terms of,
the
like,
dream right
character and
now.
stuff that, the character creator. It's like a smaller set of what you saw there.
Okay. Oh my gosh, awesome. Next question: what kind of leisurely activity can we do? Can we study with our free time? I mean, what will we be doing just hanging out in Hogwarts?
Because as you progress through the game, there's a bunch of different missions that open up. Most of them are driven by different characters' personalities. You know, some of them want help getting up to hijinks, or some of them want to just explore secrets in the castle because there are new secrets in our castle to explore. And so, so I think there's a bunch of things to do. And when it comes to class, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just kind of like the mainline stuff. There are kind of like extracurricular assignments, some of which are optional, some of which are kind of like blockers for main mission. Kind of like you can't go on this mission until you have the spell. And then the spell is open, you know, the assignment and how you complete it with your professor. And so there are opportunities to study, so to speak, like with that. But they do all take the form of our mission structure.
As you mentioned earlier. Wow. Let's get into some combat right quick. Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal?
Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal? I'm trying to think of how to describe that. So each spell has kind of like its own core identity and what it does in the game with regards to both kind of like puzzling, world exploration, and enemy combat and all that kind of stuff. And then it's through the talent system. When you go into that, it's kind of like each of those spells has ways to kind of like advance and grow and change. And as you spend talents, in some cases, it even changes like the way you approach the
Am I
the
getting
battlefield and
Hogwarts?
things like that.
Hell
So
yeah, I'm getting Hogwarts.
I'd say that's no more true than with like dark arts, for example. And as you go down that line and you kind of play around with those talents, it really does start to kind of like affect even how you approach combat and how you think about the battlefield.
I won't be touching the dark art stuff, but I know many of you guys will be.
Maybe on your second playthrough?
Second playthrough, yes.
Nah, dark arts. First playthrough.
I want to close off with this question, and this will be for everybody, and we'll start with Boston. With this game that you guys have been working on for however long, and the excitement you guys have, what's one aspect of Hogwarts Legacy that you are excited for the fans to experience? Boston.
I think I'm just excited for the fans to play through the world, specifically the castle, and maybe go read those books again. I hope that whether you're already a fan and love this game, or this is your first introduction into the world, I hope they just point at each other in the best way possible. And I'm just excited for fans to.
Yo, this game is gonna break records.
Go to Hogwarts.
I'm telling you, telling you now.
Live there. I've lived there for 5 years. It's a great place to live. Official 5th year.
It's really funny because
dark arts is the only way.
I want to give a different answer, and I will. But I actually feel like the most honest answer is really similar. Because my favorite thing when running around, playing the game, and getting to know Hogwarts the way Boston knows it, because she knows the school and the lore better than I do, and thank God, right? Because you want the person architecting it to really know that. But when I rewatch the films or I'm rereading passages from the books, there's a different relationship to those things having played the game. And so it's really looking over the edge and seeing location. I'm like, oh my God, I'm right there. And in the movie saying, I know what's around that corner in the film. Like if you go down this way, there's actually a thing over here, and there's this person over here, and this thing happened, and it just adds all this richness to everything that you already love.
And not just that, but you're going to add your own story. So you know what happens around that corner because you did something.
And then the quick answer, just to have something different, is I just love being on a broom. I just love looking at the whole world and just being like, okay, I can just go.
I can go there.
Yo, the mounts are gonna be
There's just something
insane.
exhilarating about it that feels very different in that kind of open air and on that thing. it just like it's kind of incredible. Yeah.
And
all I know is I
wrapping
want
up,
the buckbeak
for me,
mount.
It's just bringing the
That's
community together with it and sharing those stories, because it is your story, and you are going to be writing. You know, this is your unique experience within this, and even within the things that are the same, it's going to be your unique experience. Is different from mine. Is different from. We're all approaching it from different places, and I think that's going to be really cool the way that everybody brings those things together. All right, and that's everything that we have to show you today. I know maybe it wasn't everything you wanted to see, but it was a whole lot of stuff. Character creator, a little mini tour of Hogwarts there, just a small part of it, a little bit of combat. And we do have some more stuff coming up for you in the future. Hogwarts Legacy releases on February 10th, 2023, and is available for pre-order
February
now.
10th.
But that's going to do it from us. We're going to leave you with a little something else. But for now, bye.
Bye.
Yo, I need y'all to release this now. There we go. That's the amount I want. Yeah, I can't wait for this game. I can't wait for it. All right. Well, I think that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for being here. If you haven't watched my other videos, definitely my I Was Chosen video, where I take all the tests and the quizzes in order to be placed, my wand, and also my my Patronus. If you haven't checked that out, I'm gonna place it right here. Yeah, click that right there. That one. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope you are excited just like I am. And if you are, comment down below what you're most excited for. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and peace.